Hello, brown ladies. Welcome back to our channel. Miss Kevin Stage here.
Deandra Giselle.
And we are two brown girls, and we are here to talk about contouring.
Contouring, the purpose of it, why you do it, and how you do it. So the purpose of contouring is to, after you've put on your foundation and you've highlight, you've kind of brought all these features forward, right? And there's some places that need to have... Hello!
McKinley's still here, y'all.
McKinley's still with us. You want to chisel out carve out certain areas of the face. So really what happens with contouring is you're going to contour your cheeks, and that's what's going to like give you higher cheekbones.
It accentuates
You're
this. Casting a shadow where your face naturally has a shadow. Like someone asked a question about the difference between bronzing and contouring. Bronzing is to bring warmth. Contouring is to bring a shadow. So you're going to create the shadow to accentuate the cheekbones, for example.
Yeah, and it also gives a slimmer look to the face when you're doing that. So when somebody has a rounder face, contouring right in here is going to change the shape of their face a little bit. Okay, and then when people contour here, this is what makes your forehead appear smaller. Okay, now when people contour here, that makes you look slimmer, like you have lost 5 to 10 pounds. You know,
contouring is like your diet.
It is your diet.
It's like your Insta diet.
Insta diet, and it comes in a little pan.
Yes.
Look at that. Also, when you contour your nose, it's to give an appearance to a slimmer nose. Now, realistically, I never contour my nose because my nose tends to get oily, and I feel like by the end of the day, it's gone. So some of these things are optional, but I have to say you got to have balance to your face. So what that means is you can't just contour here and walk away. You got to contour here, here, and at least here. Because if you just contour one area, it's just not a good even balance to the face. All right. So the first thing is I am going to be using the Real Techniques contour brush. I think they call it a sculpting brush. They do. It's a sculpting brush, and it is very dense, so it grabs a ton of product, and it's a little bit angled. And I love this brush. And what I like to use for contouring is Max Film Noir, which is a blush. Is it a blush? Yeah, it's a blush. I don't know why anyone would ever use this as a blush. Like I think this is so dark.
It's so dark.
It is so dark. But I have to say that it can look a little warm, and it's very pigmented, so a little goes a long way. What are you going to be using?
So I use the the Morphe M104 brush. It's just an angled contouring brush. It's not as dense. It's actually a little fluffy because I have naturally high cheekbones. Like they're here. So I didn't contour. So I don't contour a lot. I don't like a lot of products. So this is fluffier and not going to pick up as much product.
Okay.
And I also use the Black Radiance pressed powder in Ebony. And it's just a brown contour powder, but it's very light. You can see the difference. I was
gonna say it's very light. Like when I contour for it to be seen.
Yeah.
She does it very subtle. So let's talk about if you already have high cheekbones. What you're gonna do is instead of contouring all the way here. Now, mind you, when you contour, you at least need to be 2 fingers width away from your mouth. Okay. If you are passing this area, you are contouring way too far. But if you already have high cheekbones, you're actually going to stop at your eye.
That's about what I do.
Yeah, you're going to stop right here because you don't need to accentuate and make your cheekbones look even higher. So how far you extend the line is also important. Last thing when you're contouring this is you want to make sure that when you suck in your cheeks, this is where you're contouring. But this is the other thing, is it should not go below here. If you start contouring over here, it looks like you have an aftershave. It's not a contour anymore. So your contour should not go past like the high point of, I would say the high point of the ear. So you're actually going to draw it like this up to here. Okay, so that's how you contour. If by accident you go too low, all you have to do is use your concealer foundation brush and just kind of clean it up. Okay, so we're going to contour our cheeks first. And just grab a little bit of product.
Okay.
So from the top of the ear down, right there, a nice angle.
Do you use your product? Okay, you do this. So I always sweep mine kind of up.
You either or.
Okay.
You can sweep up if that's easier for you, or down. I like to do down only because I can stop at a certain point. So I am drawing this line. And then this also brings like warmth back to your face too. After you've like mattified your face or gave yourself an even skin tone.
Dimension.
Dimension. Yes, that's a better word. All right. So I'm drawing mine just a little bit darker so you guys can see, and then I'm going to blend it up, okay? Now let's talk about your forehead. Now, if you already have a small forehead, you can skip this step. Or maybe you'll just do the corners if you're trying to warm up your foundation. You can just do here. But if you have a smaller forehead, this part isn't really very necessary for you. But if you have a big forehead like me, you are going to contour right in here. And I usually focus like right in these areas. And then I blend it out. So now it's starting to create dimension to my face.
Mm-hmm. If you look at your face without makeup, like just your natural face, you can see you have a natural contour. You have a natural highlight. Everyone has those natural dimensions. And so what Deandra was saying earlier is when you apply foundation, you blank those out.
And
like
you gotta bring
you're making your face an even canvas. That's what foundation is. It's just a very even canvas. You're making all the color that you naturally have. Everyone has lighter patches here, darker patches here. Everyone has that. When you apply foundation, you're blanking that out. So when you're doing your highlight and your contour, you're bringing that back. What's naturally there, you're bringing it back.
You're bringing it back, and you're controlling where you want it to go.
And you're controlling where you want it to go.
So that's why, because I've had that question before. So if I already have it, why am I doing a? But this time you're controlling where you want it to go, and you're deciding what colors you want.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if you want to, like, if you notice, my contour is a little deeper, and it has a little bit of a red base to it. Where hers is, how would you describe it?
It's just brown. It's a medium brown.
It's a medium brown. It's really light.
Yeah, it's very light. And you can still, like, honestly, I feel like my cheekbones are a little higher now. Not much, but I can see the difference.
So that's why I like to use a darker and then blend it out. So I did this contour right here. And I'm just going to use, nothing is on this brush. And I like to blend out the top of that. And then I would put the blush on it. But I do like to leave most of this line there. And blending is key when it comes to contouring, because if you don't blend, it does start looking painted on.
Yeah.
All right, after that, the next step is your neck. All you're gonna do is just go down and blend out.
I actually do this because I like for my jawline to look
a little more chiseled.
A little bit more chiseled.
Yeah. And a little bit goes along. I mean, you guys don't have to go. I don't really do a lot of cream contours unless it's like a special occasion or something. Cream contour requires a ton of blending. So one of these days we'll do a cream contour so you guys can see the difference. Now let's say if you wanted to do your nose. When you're contouring your nose, what you're going to do is you're going to start from the beginning of your eyebrow and kind of curve in there, and you need just the teeniest of line. So the closer these lines are in, the smaller, the more snatched that nose is going to look. So a lot of times people make the mistake of going out and following the shape of their nose. But if you do that, you're just accentuating what you already have. Yeah. So you would have to go in and take this line straight down. And what happens is then it gives the appearance of a smaller nose. So what I like to do instead of contouring is I'll just put my highlight at the tip of my nose and then right in here. And then it sometimes... and then it makes my nose look slimmer without having to contour. So it really just depends what you want to do. So that is contouring. Nothing super fancy, nothing hard. This is the easiest way if you're a beginner and you want to highlight and contour. I would suggest you contour with powder. Powder is easier to blend. It's easier to figure out where you want it, how you want it, all of that. We'll have the products that we use and the brushes that we use in the description box below. And we'll also have the prices so you guys can know what you are using and if you would want to use it. If you guys have any questions about highlight and contour, please be sure to comment below. Also, give this video a thumbs up if you like videos on how to sculpt the face, and then we'll do one on how to highlight and bring your favorite features forward to the light. So thank you so much for watching. We will see you guys next time. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. I forgot. I was like, wait. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. And take a moment and look through all of our other videos. We have a ton. We have a ton. And follow us on social media. I am Deandra Giselle on the gram.
And I am at the stage.
Thank you so much for watching.